Yo,
Yo,
what's up?
what's up?
What's up? Free agents, free
Yeah,
agents. What's going on? Where do we stand? Good signings. Who do you like? Who did the Commanders get? Usual.
well,
What's yeah.
of course, it's always Washington's my number one, but we're not going to discuss them. They don't need to be discussed. Hey, you could save them for any day. Uh,
Today?
nah. uh, yeah, I think one of the best moves of free agency was I really like Kenny Walker going to the Chiefs. I don't know why Seattle let him go, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet's coming off of an injury. Has nothing to even do with the Super Bowl MVP that, like that with their playoff run. I just think they need a thumper. They need a
Uh
running back.
that
And then
playoff run
why?
he had and the Super Bowl, yes, that definitely should have impacted what they did with him positively. Also, Zach Charbonnet is missing time next season, if not all of next season. Uh, they signed a running back. They signed who'd they sign? The Seahawks signed a
Seahawks?
yeah. They signed. Let me just pull that up real
Yeah,
quick.
pull it up. I'm not
But
exactly sure.
yeah, they have that backup that was mediocre at best.
Right.
Um, yeah, they should have let him. And he was a class act. Yeah,
That was a room.
George Halani is their
Oh,
backup. That's now
okay.
going to be their feature, I guess.
That was a weird one right from the start because right after the season, when they could have franchise tagged him, they didn't franchise tag him. So the writing was kind of on the wall that he was going to leave in free agency, and then Seahawks just let him go. I really don't understand that one. That one doesn't make sense. And Seahawks usually make really, really good moves. They're a really good franchise. Obviously, they just won the Super Bowl, so it's easy to say that. But in general, they have a great general manager. I don't know. I don't get that one. That one doesn't add up to me.
Yeah. And now looking back at it on the parade when their general manager had brought up that Kenneth Walker was trying to negotiate with him, I thought it was jokingly, and I thought there was nothing but love there. Ah, no, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I
Good
thought that
signing, Chiefs. Great signing,
yeah.
Chiefs. Great
Yeah,
signing.
the Chiefs didn't have a really good running back in a long time since maybe Kareem Hunt of
Yeah, old. Yeah,
2017.
the original.
So, and the Chiefs with Mahomes, he's coming back from the ACL. They're going to need to rely on the running game early. And maybe Kenny Walker could give him
Yeah.
that good running
Yeah.
game in the beginning. And then as the season comes along, Patrick Mahomes could get up and going and he could be Patrick Mahomes.
I'll say this, Kenny Walker is the best running back that Patrick Mahomes has ever played with. I'll
Yeah,
say that
I agree.
confidently. He's a Super Bowl MVP. Yes, we spoke briefly about my love for the Chiefs this year. Last year it was Broncos. This year it's leaning towards Kansas City. Let's see when we get into preseason where I stand. But the Chiefs, that was arguably the best. Yeah, easily arguably the best sign of free agency so far. But there were other great ones. Uh, Tyler Linderbaum, whatever his name is, I probably butchered that because who the hell talks about centers? But he was the best center in football. And the Raiders, the Kirk Cousins sign was great. They, you know, Kirk Cousins had played with their head coach in Minnesota when he was at his best. They could, you know, could the Raiders do something?
This coming year,
Yes.
you know what? You know what's horrible for the Raiders? They've such a hard division.
Yeah.
Like for them to
Yeah.
start to turn it around to be a winning team, they got to go through the Chiefs. The Chiefs won 6 games last year. So, I mean, it's kind of like one of those things. Like we still kind of think they're good, but they won 6 games, so
No,
maybe
they're
they're
good.
not.
They're good. They're good. They're fine. They're fine. We don't need to like they're the Chiefs are
It's
good this year.
I hear
The
it.
the Chiefs are good this year.
I like how you go back and forth so quick on
Yeah.
teams. I mean,
Yeah.
last year you hated them and you were right, and now this year you love them, and
I
now
don't like
everyone's like,
Denver. I don't like Denver this year. I don't.
but I mean, all right, going back to the Raiders though,
Yeah, yeah.
still, you're the Raiders. You're the fourth. You've been the fourth team in that division for forever.
Uh-huh.
How do you make a step up? They got, to make a step up to even chase, say, Denver or the Chiefs. I mean, Chargers. Like it's really hard for them because that's 6 games right there, and no matter what, yeah. I mean, you call it even Mendoza. they will have the probably the worst quarterback in the division out of the four. I mean, it's how can you put Mendoza over anyone right now? Right now, you have to
Yeah, yeah,
say,
yeah.
but I like what the Raiders did. Yeah, Tyler Lingenbaum, or yeah, I
Yeah,
butchered his
well,
name.
you
You
have a
said it
hard name
right.
to say,
That
Tyler.
was a that was a great signing.
Yeah.
The center
Yes.
is
Yeah.
really important.
Hmm.
The center is the quarterback of the offensive line. They make the calls with the blitz pickups. So I think that was an incredible signing for him. He's the highest paid center ever,
Hmm.
and he deserves it.
Yeah. It deserves it. But as you said, I don't know if this is going to be enough to get them to compete. But right off the bat, even if they lined up with no quarterback, even if they went every play with 10 players, no quarterback position, they'd be in a better spot than if Geno Smith were back there. Jets, you continue to jet. Uh,
Did you? Aaron Glenn said Geno Smith is going to take them to the promised land. I don't know. He seemed pretty convinced. I don't know. I'm buying in. I don't know about you.
uh, what makes it even sweeter in the lore of the Jets just forever stinking. What makes it even sweeter with the signing of Geno Smith, it's the second coming of Geno Smith in New York. It's his
Yeah.
second chance with the Jets. They didn't learn their first time. They're like, "Oh, maybe we got rid of Sam Darnold too quickly, and look what happened. Let's bring Geno back." Jeez.
Oh God.
Um, now, Skip, back to the Raiders too, and
Yeah.
something Skip had mentioned. So Skip said the best signing he saw preseason, offseason has been Trey Hendrickson.
To the Ravens.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
isn't
I mean,
isn't that a delight for the Raiders? They get Max Crosby back.
yeah, I know. So it's like, yeah, the Raiders like you're kind of in a no lose situation. All right.
Yeah.
You add it in free agency and then you thought you traded away one of your best
No,
players,
welcome
and then you
back,
got him back.
Max. Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. That's not a
No.
bad deal. If I was the Raiders, I would think I would be happy to have him back at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it would be nice for them. They're a team right now. Obviously, they're drafting Mendoza. If they could win 8 or 9, it's a
Oh yeah.
successful year.
Yeah.
And to be
Yeah.
starting to turn it around a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
that's all you could ask out of the Raiders. And you know what? I think all the fans would be more than happy with 8 or 9 good wins. And Mendoza plays good.
That's
Like they're,
Well,
but it's hard.
it's a shame that they're gonna have six losses off the rip. Uh, Probably six. If they win two of those games against the division opponents, I'd be s- completely shook.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
division games, you never know. But yeah, I agree with you. They're
but
definitely underdog in every game
they're
there.
gonna be playing some of the worst teams in football because of their fourth place finish in the division. So who knows? The 8 or 9 is definitely doable. Um,
I got,
even with or without Kirk Cousins bridging. Like,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
I love that signing.
Oh
I
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
absolutely
yeah.
love it.
Raiders
I
had a
would,
good
I
yeah, they're having a good offseason.
if I was the Raiders, I know everyone wants to see Mendoza first overall pick. I would try to go with Kirk Cousins in the beginning,
Yeah.
just to weather the storm a little bit. Like I don't like throwing a rookie quarterback in there from the start.
Yeah.
I would go against it, but I get it. A lot of teams do it, and some teams have success with it. But if you brought him in, I think you brought him in for a reason. I mean, you didn't
Yeah.
just bring in a
He
bad veteran; like he could still play. So I think maybe Cousins starts half the year. I mean,
Oh,
never
Cousins is
know.
definitely starting to start. He is definitely starting. He played with Kubiak. They had a thing going on. Um I'm trying to think of a first overall quarterback, the last one that comes to mind that
Hmm.
didn't start immediately,
Ah, that's so rare. Yeah, yeah,
right?
I know what you mean. Yeah, they all do.
Yeah,
They all
so
do. If he doesn't, it would be like,
he's not.
you know,
He's not.
I'm honestly, that's good for him. That's good for
And
him.
he's
That's good
learning
for the
from
Raiders.
yeah, yes. Okay.
So,
Raiders, if you're listening, we're sure you're not, but good job. Good job. So yeah, so Skip said Trey Hendrickson in Baltimore, and he also is lobbying for whatever reason. Skip likes Baltimore right now. Uh,
okay.
I agree with him. No, Baltimore is gonna have a good year. He wants them to go after because they can't sign him because he's not a free agent, but he wants them to go after AJ Brown.
I yeah,
I
of
don't think AJ.
course.
I think I think what they're working on right now, because they have no other wide receivers other
Who?
than
Eagles or
they
Ravens?
have
You lost me
Smith.
for a second.
Smith, yes,
Oh
the
yeah,
Eagles.
yeah, yeah,
Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is not a number one receiver. He's a very good receiver. He's not a number one. Um, I think what's going on in Philadelphia is they are trying to mend that wound that is
yeah,
AJ Brown and their annoying head coach.
yeah.
Um,
There, there was actually some news out of Philadelphia this week about that whole situation. There's a little
yeah,
blame game going on of Jalen Hurts is not running the plays called, and he's changing the plays at the line of scrimmage.
um,
They don't like that he holds on to the ball too much. They're not happy with Jalen Hurts.
no, I know.
Eagles are aggressive. Like they'll move off of someone. And I think they might be unhappy with Hurts. And not saying they're gonna move off of him, but they might. So this whole AJ Brown getting traded, I don't think it's a lock.
Yeah,
I think AJ might still be
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I think they're kind of blaming everything on Hurts instead of others.
Well, the
And you know
problem,
what?
you
I was gonna
can't
say
get
one more thing.
anything for Hurts. Like, what would
No,
what you
no,
could you possibly
no,
get?
no. But the Eagles have been going as far as their offensive coordinator. They've been switching offensive coordinators every year for like 4 years, I believe. I mean, I don't know if it's four straight, could be wrong, but they've had a bunch of offensive coordinators. When they had good offensive coordinators, they had really good seasons. They won a Super Bowl and then, been to this another Super Bowl. And like last year, they still have the talent, but it just wasn't there. They just didn't have the horsepower. I think they're putting the blame game on Jalen Hurts with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts, like most, even though he's not necessarily a run first, he used to be more so. Now he just doesn't do anything productive offensive wise. Uh, it's a tale as old as time. They get figured out, and they need to change up the way they're running their offense because it's not working.
Yeah,
It didn't work running Saquon into the ground. Whatever Jalen Hurts was doing, was he changing the plays? Who knows? That wasn't working. Clearly, they still won the division, but they had a very disappointing end, and it was a disappointing season. As far as them in free agency, did they do anything? Not really.
yeah. Not nothing comes to my head up with the Eagles.
Nothing to, yeah, nothing
Yeah,
to improve them. Uh, Reek Willen, cornerback, yeah, no. Um, so
yeah. They're
anyway.
they're 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 an interesting one. I kind of think they're gonna be coming down to life a little bit.
Yeah, oh
Like I
yeah,
wonder what
yeah.
their over under is. 10, probably like 10. I mean,
Realistically, 9.5, 10.5. Realistically, they're still going to win the division. Um,
I don't know about that one.
who's
I
going to
really
win it?
don't. I don't know. Someone could give them a good fight. I don't think they're far and
Oh, I
beyond
know
better
one, the
than, you know what I mean?
Commanders.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna back my own team. I'm realistic. I mean, I don't know. I just think the Eagles are coming down to life. I mean, I think it's gonna be a lot closer than I don't
Then
think it's a
yeah,
layup
yeah,
by
yeah,
any
yeah,
means.
yeah, yeah. Then years past. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting division. We'll see. We'll talk more on that. But what team in particular do you think improved with free agency that much, or is it just spread out? Like who won free agency?
I mean, uh, the teams that I saw were being ranked as one free agency was actually the Raiders. Obviously, we
Hmm,
talked about
hmm,
them. The
hmm,
Panthers, who I
hmm.
know you like something, and actually my own team, Washington, because they had a lot of signings.
Are
So
you
I
lying
mean, I
about
would say those
Washington?
three.
You're lying about Washington?
No, it was there. I was happy. I was like, yeah, I can't believe it. But I
Three?
get, I guess I think the Raiders actually won free agency. They really did.
Do you know who won free agency? I think the Minnesota Vikings
Why?
because they signed Kyler Murray. He is good. He is going to
Yes.
be they might be the Super Bowl
Oh God.
favorite right now. What are they doing?
Oh
What
my
are they
God.
doing? How are
They're
you
just
how are like obviously the Jets have stunk forever. The Browns stink. Like we know all those franchises blah blah blah. But like How are you still a Vikings fan at this point?
Yeah, it's definitely been rough for the Vikings these last few years with the quarterbacks. And Kyler Murray doesn't fit Kevin O'Connell's style. He likes a drop back quarterback, not a schoolyard guy. And Kyler Murray, that's what he plays. He's a schoolyard guy. He's 5'8". I think this run of the short quarterbacks is done with because remember, like years ago, I'll go 1980s football on you. There was a guy, Doug Flutie, obviously you know him. He couldn't even get drafted.
Hmm.
And he was like really good in college. He went, and then all of a sudden, like Kyler Murray's a first overall pick. Bryce Young. These guys are under 6 feet. Hurts is
Fight,
Hurts.
fight.
Yeah. Hurts is short too. And I don't think they could see over the line. It's been reported. These guys can't see over the line to throw down the middle. Like I am not a Kyler Murray guy at
Yeah,
all. He's the shortest out of them all.
yeah.
He's a great athlete, but I mean,
Great athlete.
quarterbacking is different than being a great athlete. I don't know.
Yeah.
Vikings, oh, disappointing. They could have brought back Kirk Cousins and just rolled like that. Weathered the storm again and try for another quarterback. Kyler Murray? Come on.
Yeah, the Jets will bring back Geno Smith, but the Vikings couldn't have brought back
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
Like
Eh,
maybe like they didn't want to like admit that they were wrong for letting him go, like oh go back run back to him, but I don't like the Murray thing with Minnesota. That's a fail, and I feel bad for Jefferson too with that. They're failing him now.
yeah, 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 yeah. And we know wide receivers like to complain, but Justin Jefferson, he's not. He's
Yeah,
been cool, calm, and collected, and he's arguably the best receiver in football.
yeah,
To me, until what's been going on, because let's just say stats haven't been there.
yeah,
So up until like maybe 2 years ago, he was the best wide receiver in football. Uh,
yeah. And his quarterback play went down, so that's why his stats aren't there anymore. He's still capable of having,
no, I
you
know, but
know.
that was my point. Like,
Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
his stats went down. So
Yep,
he's arguably the best wide receiver, but up until a few years ago, he was the best wide receiver. You couldn't
yep.
tell me Jamar Chase. Now I'm open to conversation. A signing you don't like that I like, wide
Yeah,
receiver, Mike Evans.
yeah. I know. I'm surprised that you like the Mike Evans to
I do.
Niners. I don't dislike Mike Evans as a player. I don't. I mean, he's like what, 32 now? All the Niners players, they're all pushing 30 or over 30. It's becoming a little bit of a retirement home. I don't, I'm not into like players over 30
We're over 30.
collectively put them. Yeah, but we're not professional football players. I don't know. Does it work? I'm sure he looks good at times. Yeah, but is that the formula to make a deep Super Bowl run? Have over 30-year-old skilled position players? That is not a thing. That's what I think about that.
Mike Evans proved he could still ball when he came back from injury last year. He's a big body. He's not a typical over 30 wide receiver. He's a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh, they don't really have any standout wide receiver at all. If they didn't have Mike Evans, you know who their number one would be?
yeah, I
Ricky
do.
Pearsall.
Hmm.
You know who their two would be? Christian Kirk. Like
Yeah, I know.
that was a good sign.
Now, uh,
They needed it.
uh, yeah, I mean, of course, they did need a receiver. Jawan Jennings is still a free agent from the 49ers.
I don't like Jawan Jennings.
I mean, I'm not saying I like him or dislike him, but I'll say, like, I'm kind of surprised he's still out there.
Mm,
He made some plays over the years. I mean, how did no one go after him? Like, how?
well, he's not
I
that
mean, he's a
good.
number two. He's a fine two, three. I mean, I
Maybe
don't know.
he's
I would
his
take
asking
him.
price. They,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
uh, I'm not a
Someone,
big Jennings guy.
someone that's like maybe has the quarterback, like the Bills, trying to stockpile some weapons, throw him in there. I don't know. I don't get why he's still available.
Slow,
Yeah,
uh,
he's slow.
not good. Uh, asking too much. I don't.
Yeah, there could be a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a big Jennings guy, but they're speaking of wide receiver. It's a wide receiver day. Speaking of wide receivers, I believe you had mentioned there's several big name wide receivers
Yeah,
still out there, and I
right.
just wanted to know who you would want. And those receivers are,
All right. Yeah, we're gonna say Brandon Ayuk is eventually gonna get released. The John
yeah,
Lynch has said Brandon Ayuk will never play another down for the 49ers. So we're marking him as released free agent. So we got Brandon Ayuk, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill. Which one would you take a shot on this year, one season, give him some money, put him on your team? I would go with Tyreek Hill at this point. I still think that speed is there to take the top off the defense, but I think he's got to be in the right situation. And I'm with that going with that too. I'm also concerned about the injury. I don't know if he's be ready by week one, whatever. But with that speed will always if that speed's there, I would still roll with Tyreek.
it's a good question. It's a good question. Uh, if you if Stefan Diggs paid the team money instead of them paying him money, I still wouldn't want him. I
Really,
don't.
not a Diggs guy.
Well, at one point, sure, but then he became too much of a problem. He's constantly in trouble with the law. And he lost what he had. He never really had any sort of exceptional talent. Like he was a good wide receiver, wasn't the fastest guy, wasn't the strongest guy, not the biggest guy. I don't know how he was just a good football player. Um, mm, but it's time. His time's over. It's up. He needs to just kind of. I don't want Stephon Diggs there. So it's between Hill and Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk hasn't played in a couple years. Exceptional route runner, the youngest of the bunch by far. But Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. And I agree with you. I still think he can blow the doors off. Depending on my receiving core, that would factor in on whether I'd want Ayuk or Hill more.
Yeah,
It's just
I
me.
agree with you too. That those three I was debating Ayuk or Hill too. But Diggs actually still was productive last year. I mean, he still had 1,000 yards. I mean, 1,000 yards isn't like amazing, but still, he still made some plays. Like I'm surprised too. Someone didn't go for him yet, but
Um,
he'll be on a team week one.
yeah, but he comes with so much
Yeah, I know
baggage.
the baggage. I know.
I
If
mean,
I like the way I
yeah.
would run a team, if I was a general manager, I don't want anyone with baggage. I'm not dealing
Uh,
with it. I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, to an extent though, because there's the pressure to win games. There's the pressure to bring in crowds, you know. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of agree with you, but also like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a fine
I'd want to
line.
win games.
Yeah,
I'd want to, yeah,
it's a fine line between, like you could put up with it when a player is 25, 26, 27 at the top of his game. When they creep over 31, 32, you're still having
sure,
baggage. Get out of here.
sure. It's
That's
okay to
that's the
break the
thing.
law when you're in your 20s, but when
Yeah.
you're 30, you know better. Shame on you.
Yeah, you
Nah,
should. And you should
realist.
know better by 30
If
years
in a
old.
perfect world, it would be like if you screwed up this badly outside of the game, you're done. But it's not. Yeah,
Another
so
another thing what's going on is the NFL is really trying to push for this 18 game schedule. And I hate it when they went to 17. I like the 16. Now they want to go one more, 18 games, 18 game regular season. And in that, every team would have to play one international game
oof.
of the 18. I can't stand it. I can't stand this more on it. More. I love the NFL. I love the NFL basically more than anything. But I like the players to be properly ready. I think they should be treated a little better. I think that just the guys can't even play 17 games. Now you want them to play 18? Come on. Like more injuries. They're so concerned about their player safety, but you want them to play more games. You're so worried about the CTE and all this and that. A
Yeah,
lot of the players can don't have, a good life after football by 50, 55, but you want them to play more games. So just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, corporate greed. That's
Yeah,
what it
money,
is.
money, money, money,
I
money, money,
know.
money, money. It will make them significant. Every game they add to the season, even if they add 52 games. Well, they need a bye week, so 51 games, a game a week every yeah. Uh I'd like to see if they go to the 18 game season how contracts are restructured so it's more money for the players. Um which you know it won't be. You know it won't
Uh,
be.
right. That was the the other thing with that with the 18 games now, if they started the season the way they do it now, one game one Sunday after Labor Day, the Super Bowl would be on President's Day. Would you like that? A lot of people are
Yeah.
off that Monday.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, the
yeah.
Sunday,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Monday.
yeah. And it's very American, sure. Ah, then no, no, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Also, if they want to cut out an extra preseason game and add the 18th game,
Well,
sure, sure.
yeah, that's
Preseason's
yeah,
awful.
that's what would happen because the contracts would still be based off of 20 games. Even when it was 16 and
Oh,
4,
okay.
it 18 and
Hmm
2.
hmm
So it's still a 20 game like pay period.
Listen, they want to do it, but everyone involved in the NFL needs to make more money. The executives are making plenty of money. Goodell's, ugh. But he's making money, so
Yeah, and the NFL, remember when we were younger, the NFL used to start on Labor Day. Labor Day, the Sunday.
no, I
Now
don't
they pushed
remember.
it back. Yeah, it stopped. The last year they did it, I heard this week was 2000 or 2001. I was like thinking back, I'm like, that's right. I do remember games. Yeah, I love the NFL. That's disgusting. I remember that, but it's true.
Yeah. Ah,
So there's a little different, like to move it if they would go to the 18th game of how they would schedule it.
if you okay, let's just talk this. If you want to add games to the NFL season, I would not be disgusted. It's more entertainment, more opportunities to gamble, uh, more fantasy, more rooting for your team. I love that. I love that. Pure entertainment. However, with the other sports, if for the sake of the sport, shorten the seasons.
Yeah,
Baseball. Why are there 162 games?
yeah, I know.
What they're meaningless. They're pointless. The
I know.
games are pointless. NBA should not be 82 games. And they're trying the players want
Yeah,
to lower that season. So
yeah.
more football is good.
Right. The thing with like say like you talking NBA, you
Yeah.
ever everything would be so they're making so much money, less games, less money. That's why they're never going to do it.
Uh,
I mean, that's it. It's the
uh,
money. And
uh.
the other thing I was thinking about the NFL if they went to the 18th game, tanking, right? Tanking is a huge problem in the NBA. It was a huge problem this year. The NFL never really dealt with tanking because there's um, less games. Every game is important. So now, if you do go another game, you might have a team or two tank the last few weeks, and that's something a problem the NFL never had. And if you remember this year, half the games, week eight, it was week 18. Yeah, week 18. A lot of the games didn't even matter. It was a wasted week anyway. So now you'd have 2 weeks of waste. So
Incentives. They need to give the players incentives for said games, kind of like what the NBA did with the NBA Cup. It's okay. Obviously it's a lot of money to you and me, but to them, to the Knicks that won the NBA Cup and what the stars of the team did, what was it like $1 million? They gave all their winnings to like assistant coaches, ball boys, people involved in it. Yes, that's cool. Um, so they could do something like that, but I don't know. We'll see what
yeah,
happens.
I think
Yeah,
I think it's more of a slippery slope than people might realize adding the extra game.
yeah. I mean,
But
yeah. I
you
mean,
know?
it's but even with the tanking, I'm pretty sure the Cleveland Browns aren't going to make the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure they'll be like 2 and uh 14. Are they going to tank the last game? 2 and 3? Like they do
I mean,
tank to an
yeah, I
extent.
mean, the Raiders did kind of tank a little bit at the end of the year. They did shut down Max Crosby, I think 2 games to go.
Yeah,
Their best player,
yeah.
but you're gonna have more situations like that, and the NFL never dealt with anything like that. Not so much in your face until this year. Well, there's an extra game, so definitely concerns me.
Bottom line, more football for David, the happier David is. I love football. You love football.
I
Everyone
know.
watching this, if you are watching this, clearly loves football because we're Goblins football. Um, any other notes? Any last things before we?
No, just the draft's coming up,
Yeah,
so I'm excited for that. We'll definitely have to talk more about the
yeah.
draft.
We'll
But
circle back for the draft. Do you
yeah,
know the
that's it.
date? It's April what?
23rd,
April
23rd.
23rd, 19 days.
Yep. So that's
Okay,
coming up quick.
couple weeks. Yeah, so
And
you'll
that's
get
that's
more
it.
Goblins draft talk.
Yeah.
And you want Jeremiah Love, yeah.
I'm still having dreams of it.
No, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. They got to trade down
I
if
don't
they
know.
want him.
They're in a little tight
He's
situation.
not getting past Tennessee. That would be so surprising.
I hear you. I mean, there's always a shot.
Nah, you
It
never
just
know.
yeah.
Well, we'll know in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you in
Yep.
a couple weeks.
All right.
Bye, Goblins.
See ya.